We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for the former MVP, Matt Ryan. From there, let's head up to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lamar Jackson with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, see what's happening with the Bengals. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Jarvis Landry, a touchdown reception.
The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own.
So here are the Packers now to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well.
Let's go. Big series right here. We got to step up.
The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
So many times someone's success is the product of a lot of things coming together really well. And for Aaron Jones in 2019, it all came together for him. He stayed healthy, was on the field for all 16 games, got handed the ball 100 more times left.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
With the handoff to Aaron.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown, Greenbay.
Aaron Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point up and good by Crosby, and it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Johnson was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing again. Watson. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Watson's pass incomplete. Intended for Kiki QT.
The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return is Irvin. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Complete to Robert Tonyan.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Intended for Marquez.
Now Mason Crosby for the Packers field goal try.
It's 4th down.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And they're able to pick up the 1st and keep possession. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Aaron Jones.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Rodgers.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
Green Bay.
Aaron Jones with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Johnson on the return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
I don't know what the heck.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
Over the middle, it's Fells. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On 1st and 10, Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
To throw again, Watson. Flush to his right. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
And that one is incomplete, and it stops the clock at 12 seconds left in the half. Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 13. He's at the 30, past the 20, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step.
Flag on the play. Yeah, yeah. That's a flag on the play. Yeah, yeah. Flag on the play. Hold up. That's a flag on the play. Let's go. Touchdown, I just scored a whole bucket. I just dropped the ball.